Boy, I love how I do this early in the morning. In less than 15 minutes, I was able to set up a stream and get everything running on 4 different platforms. Man, this is what happens whenever you get too much sleep. You just end up with these screwed up thing where you just
Not next Monday, but the Monday after, gonna go get a facial. Good morning. I love that.
Oh, that was so awesome. Thank you for doing that for me. That was wonderful.
You bet.
Oh, good morning. Let's go, Brandon. And he says he's taking one right now. Get it? One. He's one first one. Sword fight.
I get it. I get it.
Good morning, humans. Of course, Farrell.
Boys.
Good morning, Flatty. Good to see you. And Rabbit. Oh, thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're
Good
doing well
morning,
this morning. I
Flatty.
hope you're
And
not
Rabbit.
too snowed in and it's no fun. It's no fun at all. Yeah, I've had I honestly thought I set this thing up last night. I had pulled up all the like little news articles I was going to do this morning, and I'm just like, cool, everything's done. And I'm like, crashed out, turned off, yeah, even turned off the computer and was just, got up this morning and pouring my coffee. And I'm like, all right, well, let's, sit down at the computer and turn it on. And I'm like, all right, let me open up StreamYard and open it up. I was like, oh crap, I didn't set anything of them up.
I know. I was
Ah,
concerned when I woke up and saw no stream. I'm like, oh, shoot.
no,
Maybe
no.
you partied too hard for AI story time. I don't know.
Mm. No, it was really neat last night. Somebody pointed something out to me that I didn't notice. I won't even mention who did it.
He did say
Some
that, didn't he, Baker? You said it's no fun, didn't you?
no fun.
I'm like,
Yes,
maybe he didn't. Maybe I just picked it up. I don't know.
it's no fun. Yes. So no, I was asleep at a decent time last night, but Nicholas came on for a little bit and had a cool time with him. Expert MG. Who else was there? Well, and Kaiser had to head out.
Yeah.
And of course Volstorm and Dictionary Diva. Man, those folks are so much fun. And last night
Right?
was a perfect amount of time on the story, and it just flowed right through. A few
Awesome.
mistakes in there, but
Right.
I after have to rewrite it several times. I guess I just missed a couple of things. Oh well, it was still fun.
Right.
We had a blast. It was
I
good
was
seeing.
out cold.
Well, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
you don't.
got off work yesterday and took a kid to work and went to the gym. Came home and I watched you like on my way home. Went on with Baker for his birthday, and then Mo and I streamed for almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
So
I
and
was beat.
and of course, my sorry ass didn't see this until last night, and I was going to ask Nick about it, because I was like, okay, what is this? I have a feeling it is it is here. I'll just share it up here. I
Good
have a
try,
feeling
Baker.
this is where all the snow and hazards are, like problems with snow and cold, because
Where is it?
this I would imagine is around where Nick is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is
Just
like
small
outages. I'm
thing.
assuming, I'm not positive. Like I said, I didn't notice it whenever Nick sent it to me, because he sent it to me in what do you call it, a um, Twitter
Mhm.
message, and then I never saw it. I was until last night, and I was like, well, shit. I would have had that open. I just hardly ever open up Twitter to do anything except for let people know where I'm at and harass people every so often and find like interesting stories that are pretty cool, which we'll
Right.
go over a little bit today. I found a couple of things that were neat. A quick hello before you off to the shops. Well, you be safe out there. Be
I
safe out
love when
there.
people call it that, the shops.
Yes. It says, doing a feral, make me.
We'll try. Where is Flatty from? The US or she must not be.
No, no, I don't think she's from the US. If I'm not mistaken, Flatty's over in England.
Okay. I thought she was from over this way until she just said that.
Or she's wait, no, I take that back. I think she may be in Australia. Maybe in Australia. UK.
Okay.
That's right, UK. I was thinking she was in the UK.
I'm
So
just conceited American, so I just assume everyone's from here until they tell me different.
yeah, yeah. Oh well, and just like I always assume that that Yamaha's a biker, Yamaha biker is a woman until he tells me different.
That one kills me. Like I never would have thought Yamaha biker is a chick name.
No, and I noticed it was Rooster Cogburn that he had on his for his image, and I guess Caitlin wasn't really looking at the picture, and also being younger, not knowing who Rooster Cockburn is, had sort of just assumed that it was a woman with a cowboy hat, thing, and
Right.
I'm like, you don't know who Rooster Cock? Okay, well, John Wayne, no, nothing, not got
I've done
nothing
it
there.
with like I thought Stray was a guy.
I
She's
thought,
very clearly female.
oh, I
I
thought
heard her
Rabbit
voiced
was a
in
guy.
Discord and I was like, wait a minute.
Well, I thought Rabbit was a guy for the longest time, because she's so damn based and has, like that outlook,
Yeah.
like a lot of men will have, and that just comes from wisdom, age, being around for a while. That's what it is.
Did
That's
you know who
sounds so
Flux is?
misogynistic, doesn't it?
You know who Flux is, right?
Yeah.
She does on Saturday morning, she does a Minecraft her show on there, and
Mhm.
she was doing it this Saturday. And a boy Flux came in the chat. He's from Wales.
Awesome.
And yeah, we were calling him an imposter, and Flux went and looked at his stuff, and she's like, actually, it looks like I'm the imposter. He's had his channel for like years and years, and but yeah, it was really cool.
That is awesome.
So now we have boy Flux, girl Flux, and Mrs. Flux.
Yes. And of course, Sean Bird, good to see you this
Morning,
morning.
Sean.
Yeah, so I was talking with someone last night, and they said, "Did you notice that the whole all of the whole news cycle has admitted who was in charge of security on January 6th? All the news admitted, because as soon as Trump came out and said Nikki Haley was in charge of security on January 6th, all the news cycles started saying everyone knows it was Nancy Pelosi. Donald Trump, he's losing it. He's not mentally competent. Do you realize he just got every single one of you to admit to who was in charge of security on January 6th? And it
Right?
wasn't
He
him.
did. He
And I
does that a
didn't notice
lot.
that. I didn't notice it until
He does
it was
that a
pointed
lot
out
where
to me.
he'll say wrong things that makes them have to, they feel it. They can't stop themselves from correcting him, and it makes them look like complete morons like they are.
They never noticed it. They just went with it. He's just, he had to be sitting there going, "You people are, he's so stupid." Oh my god. Yeah. He's
Oh, you're right. It wasn't Nikki, was it?
no, it
Who
wasn't
was that
Nikki.
again?
Who was that again that you've been going after me for the past several months, and now all the news is screaming about it, and most people are too dumb to realize you just got played.
Yeah,
So if they try going after him saying, "Well, he was in charge of security,"
exactly,
you
Sean.
go,
He's
"Look,
playing 4D chess with them,
yeah." I
and
was
they're
like,
playing
"Wow,
checkers.
yeah, it's
Morning, cool
squares.
gamer.
It's squares on a board. That's what it is." Yeah, cool gamer. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so I was like, well, what other kind of stuff does he say? Well, at least he's not as stupid as some other people. Give me just a second, because gotta play this fine gentleman here. Give me a second. Oh, damn it! Share screen and that one. So,
We were the only Indian family in our small southern town.
okay, all right.
I was teased every day for being brown.
So you realize what she just did there, right? She eliminated any chance of winning South Carolina.
Okay.
She just called all of the rural people in South Carolina racist.
Yeah.
She just called all the people in the South being racist. Her chances of getting South Carolina outside of the big cities is minimal.
And I like how she's pulling out a brown card for
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah. I
Like,
pulled up a picture of her yesterday, and no, she does not look brown at all.
right. I mean, she is
Yeah.
technically because
Whatever.
she's Indian,
But here's the thing.
but people don't like you using that.
In the, like, here in Georgia, you see people that are of different races, creeds, different nationalities, different countries within those nationalities. You know, you'll see like Indian and Pakistan, and I mean it's a big melting pot. And I can honestly say that I've never noticed, outside of asking somebody, just
She's
straight up like
Indian
what,
rabbit.
yeah, you straight up ask somebody, well, what country you're from. I've had guys from Pakistan, Lebanon, and just women from different parts of India,
Dot.
different cultures. Dot, push, pull, it doesn't matter. I'm like, you know there's, and I could I can honestly say it doesn't matter. And even most of the people, it doesn't matter to them either. They're just like, I came in here to have a service provided by you. And, you know, one of the people that you would think would be, the most racist, because, you see this big, huge, white, blue haired, blonde haired guy come walking into to a restaurant. And he would much rather sit down and have pho than he would, a cheeseburger, because that's the kind of
Yeah.
food that he likes. And he'd not sit there and call people disparaging names and crap like that. And we're talking about big old Southern boy. It's like, we don't
Right.
care. We're very
And
welcoming here in
most
the
people
South.
are like that.
Yeah,
But when you go to the South and you tell them that they're racist,
you're on a losing streak. I mean, it
yeah, they're
might
gonna
sell
not
well.
like somebody, but it's gonna be just you because of you.
You might sell well in New Hampshire, where they just don't care. Cheeseburger sounds yummy right now. Damn right.
It does. Good morning,
Yeah.
Diva.
Good morning, Diva. Oh, Max Murrah, what are you doing? Oh, racism. Trivia time. Exactly 25 years ago, on January 22nd, 1999, Australian missionary Graham Staines and his two sons were burned alive by radical Hindus while sleeping in the car in eastern India. Damn. Max is awesome at this kind of stuff.
No,
Good
he
morning,
knows all
Max.
the things. Good
I
morning, Max.
Max is one of my favorite Twitterers. Like, his Twitter account is Chinky Eye Joe. I'm just like,
Can't remember if I have him or not. I feel like
you
I
should
do.
you should have Max Murrah on there, for because his shows, his stories, his tales are wonderful. Yeah, Max is like the smart among idiots like me. Like, he's awesome. Love you, Max. Good to see you this morning. Yeah, let's continue on with what Nikki had to say. It's only a minute and 33, but yeah, what she said was just demonetized. Who's demonetized?
He said you are.
Really? I don't care. I don't care if I get demonetized. What are they going to do? They're going to ban me from all the platforms I'm on. Go ahead.
So anyone that wants to question it can go back and look at what I've said.
Oh, really? We will. Trust me. She has ethnic background. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said
Right.
background.
Oh,
Ethnic
Lord.
background. But we were supposed to believe she was made fun of because she had a tan. Yeah.
Right.
That's it's not right.
on how hard it was to grow up in the deep South.
Really? How old is Nikki?
Looked the other day.
Because let's see, I would say by the looks of her, I would put her at I don't know
Right.
30.
She's 52.
Oh, she's younger than me. Okay, in the she's saying in the 1990s she was picked on because that would have been like her teenage years. So in the 90s, 80s, and 90s would have been early teens. And as a young child, kids, of course, were just like, "Oh, you want to push start, pull start?" I doubt it. I really doubt. I make fun of you more, Nikki, than you probably ever been made fun of in your teenage years. Oh,
As a
jeez.
brown girl, anybody can look at my record and see when Walter Scott was
So I'm wondering if being a brown girl, gave her the ability to sort of get out of the, sleeping around while her husband was deployed. I wonder. I wonder if that was, is that white privilege or brown privilege? I'm curious.
shot down by a dirty cop, how I made sure that the Walter Scott family
Oh, so now you're yeah, that look is not good on you. Mm-hmm. All right, keep it up, Nikki.
didn't suffer
Max.
because we put the first
She turned 28 on happy birthday to the brown girl. Yes. She just turned 52 2 days ago on the 20th of January. Damn, Max. Max is right on it.
first body camera bill in the country in place. Anybody can look at the fact that
This girl on the left looks like she just does not want to be there. Like
Would
who
you?
who is she?
They're
I mean,
gonna lean in so hard to her being a brown girl
I'm
because
just
they want her because she'll never win anyway. But
well, NBC
then
wants
they can call us racist, sexist for not voting for her.
not primarying her out. She's
when we had 9 amazing souls die in Mother Emanuel Church, I did something that no Republican or Democrat ever wanted to touch.
oh yeah, I'm sure they didn't want to touch it because it was not your husband. Sorry.
Which was call for the Confederate flag to come down because it would take
This is why they invented doggy style. That is correct. That is correct. And paper bags.
2/3 of the House and Senate and was an impossible feat.
I
I
think
don't know
so,
what you're
Vol.
implying with that.
So she's trying to show what she actually did in Congress or Senate or whatever in her one term and couldn't win a re-election. Okay.
But what I will tell you is saying that I had Black friends is a source of pride.
And that look on her face is like, I'm so proud because I have black friends. Well, Jesus Christ. You're in the South. I imagine you probably had black friends. You probably had white friends too. Probably had Hispanic friends. You realize that the South doesn't hold the cards on two races.
Yes,
There's not
diva.
there's lots of other people. Always end up becoming shrill crones and instead of wives and queens. That's the look of realization of what she just said. Yeah, and you notice they're not showing the newscasters on what she just said. And Trump said something really important yesterday, similar to this. You'll understand here in a second.
Saying that I had white friends is a source of pride. If you
Oh,
want to
now,
know what it was like growing up, I was disqualified from a beauty pageant because I wasn't white or Black.
or how about you weren't attractive enough?
I don't believe her.
I don't believe that for one damn minute. So she says she tried to be a beauty queen.
I'm sure she was just fine looking when she was younger,
I'm
but
su
I don't
No,
believe that
no,
she was
no.
disqualified for not being one way or the other.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to pull that up, aren't I? I'm gonna have to pull up that picture of her. I
Oh
guarantee
boy.
you it had nothing to do with the color of her skin. She looked whiter than white, and it had nothing to do with the color of her skin. It might have been her yellow teeth. It might have been that she was not very attractive. Maybe. I've seen the picture. I showed it last night. I'm not showing it again. It's scary. I need a damn sandwich. Yeah.
Well, that's were you disqualified or you booted in the first round?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of politicians have had affair. It's not a gender thing. I'm just saying that, whenever you spread your legs for the whole base,
Ugh.
you know, it's one of those things. And I've heard it's just, yeah.
because they didn't know where to put me. So, look, I know the hardships, the pain that come with racism.
Really? Tell me, Nikki. Tell me, Nikki, really? You really do. Why don't you
That's
take why don't you
such a
take your
horrible thing to stand on.
why don't you take your ass over to like Japan or an Asian country, find out how racist people really can be. Ask Joe. Ask Max Murray. He'll tell you. He goes, yeah, the Asian people, they're like, if you're not Asian, like you're just a complete other, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. Like they have special places for you to go if you're not full on uh Asian. Like it's that's how they are. That's their culture. Get over yourself, Nikki.
It's the reason that I fight bullies every day when it comes to racism, anti Semitism,
You
or hate.
haven't fought a wet paper bag, Nikki, ever.
And I always will. If I didn't mention slavery on that day, it's because that's an automatic. There's
Oh, she's talking about her flub on whenever she was talking about the War of Northern Aggression. She didn't, of course.
I don't pay any attention to her until now, so
Well, yeah, I missed the start. Is she claiming dots or feathers? Uh, she's claiming that she's either push start or pull start. She's not claiming that she rode horses
yeah.
and her father was Shiite or something like that, or I can't pronounce those
I
damn
can't
terms.
remember what it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
But
fine.
she's
It's cool. Here's a problem. Her policies are crap. Exactly. Her policies are
yep.
crap. So now she's trying the sympathy vote.
I'm a woman
Trust
who's
me.
brown.
Yep.
How dare you talk bad about me?
Well, and here's the thing. Ron DeSantis dropped out, did not give her any lead. And even if he would have dropped out and given all his support towards her, she
But
still wouldn't have won. She still is not going to win. Oh, you hadn't heard?
DeSantis dropped out?
always been,
Yep.
the Civil War's always
Oh,
been known about slavery.
That's part of my news today.
oh, sorry. No,
It,
I hadn't
oh,
heard that.
you hadn't heard that.
I
Holy
told you this
cow.
is where I get my news, Shizzy.
Oh, geez, Louise. Well, let's pull this thing out here because, well, ah, oh, let's see here. I had it. I thought I had it. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. So let me see if I've got the right one because I don't want to pull up the wrong one. And we're gonna thank NBC and their special reporting for this because they're special kind of cucking retards that like to give me copyright strikes and crap like that and shut down my streams for actually promoting their news.
I know the people
Shit.
that are going to watch it through streams like yours probably aren't going to be watching it on their platform anyway.
There's different type of Indian feather, not dot. Indian Casino, Catawba to King Casino last year. SWJ found Michael Haley, her hubby, and at least one other political hubby got shares. Ooh. Was that her defending the removal of a Confederate flag over a South Carolina Capitol?
Yes.
Like I said, she has no love in the South. After this kind of crap, she just called Southerners racist. She just called the South racist.
Like 10 times in a row.
Yeah. Like, and she called all the people in her local town that she grew up in racist. Like, with no regard. You think she's got love for those people? She thinks this is politically expedient? Psh, no, not at all. Kate Snow.
What? You find your thing?
Oh, did I not get it? I'm sorry.
No. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
bummed.
it's
It's
not there.
probably a good thing because I'll have to pull something else up here. I
Oh,
just don't want to get because they're a bunch of crooks. And I know what'll happen. Let's do this. Son of a bitch. And let's see. There was, yeah, she's saying that she was disqualified from a beauty pageant. Here, how about this for a little bit of love? Let me show this one because you'll have to once you understand, once you see it, if you get it, you get it. Do you get it? You know what that is?
I get it. How many licks?
How many legs?
I seek ancient wisdom. I like that.
Yes, yes. All right. Stop screen. Let's see. We'll move that. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's. I had to show that. I just couldn't help
That was
myself.
cute.
And oh, that's a different one. That's for the a little taste of something different that I've got there for that one. Yeah, it's going to just be easier. Oh, continue without sporting us, you boneheads. All right. We'll just do the routers one. Reuters, sorry. That's a meat sickle. No, it's all about the licks. All about the licks. And here we go. So Ron DeSantis' campaign, 2024 campaign endorses Trump over Haley. Seabrook, New Hampshire, January 21st. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ended his fading presidential. He was just barely. He was actually beating out Nikki Haley.
Right.
You know what? Here's the thing. He's beating out Nikki Haley in Iowa, not by a large gross amount. Okay, a pretty small amount. But this is the RNC telling him, yeah, you need to drop out because we have to have Nikki winning.
Yep.
It's like, is he
And
pushing
she's
for?
out there saying it's a two-man race now, and
Well,
he
she
was
knew it.
beating her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she knew already that he was going to be dropping out. It's
Yeah.
all
She
it's
knows
already
she's
pre-planned.
their girl.
The golden, or well, I guess golden brown girl, sort of like a chicken McNugget. It's all dark on the outside, but white meat on the inside. Do you know chicken nuggets are all white meat? And it used to be that they were all white meat, and it didn't
I don't
necessarily mean that white meat was chicken. They just said white
Ew,
meat. There's a lot of fish is cheap.
gross.
Serious? You didn't know that? Into it. Oh,
They
so
have heart-shaped nuggets now for Valentine's Day.
I did show the heart shape Reese's peanut butter cup yesterday, last night on my
Ooh.
stream. Looks like a scrotum. Uh, Donald Trump just 2 days before the pivotal New Ha- who's it going to pivot for? Because he was already beating out all of the three top contenders,
Right.
and then you knock out the other ones. Do you think his lead decreased? Okay. Trump's last long shot challenger, yeah, that's her. She's taken a few long shots. DeSantis' decision lasts less than a week after his deflating loss to Trump. But it didn't say deflating defeat to Nikki. Despite an enormous investment there, caps a stunning fall from grace after DeSantis has been widely seen as Republicans' most promising alternate. That's not what any of maybe the Democrats were thinking that. Oh, really, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. Ron had huge lifts in his shoes, and when they broke, they were she was just like Ron the Sanctimonious, but you can't run in broken heels. I don't know. Nikki seems to be doing all right running in broken heels. Reese's eggs are superior to all.
They do taste better.
So his departure sets up a one-on-one battle that Haley has coveted against Trump, the former. Here's the thing: Trump does not have to debate her at
Right.
all. He's
Yeah.
beating her at this point. Whenever he walks into New Hampshire, he's going to be beating her well
Right.
beyond anything imaginable.
Yep. I wonder if she'll
And
drop then. Probably not.
nope, nope. She'll say, "Well, there's always my home state of South Carolina," where she
Right.
just called all of her South Carolina people a bunch of racists. Telling you, just take and pour some kerosene on it, throw a couple matches, and tell me how that works out. His departure sets up the one-on-one battle with Nikki Haley. Uh, let's see, the former president who has maintained an iron grip on the Republican electorate despite facing 4 criminal prosecutions. Jesus. Don't you guys know? But DeSantis supporters appear more likely to switch allegiance to Trump than the more moderate Haley. She's not more moderate, she's left, okay? Like if you want to call her moderate, then that just makes it sound like DeSantis was, far right. Jesus Christ.
And
About
he
2/3.
is, Vol.
The best strategy
And
for
he
Trump is that.
should.
Well, there is no one else left.
Right.
You're that's so right. And I've been saying this the whole time. It's like why would he debate until it gets
It's time for him
down,
to focus on November.
like if Ramaswamy and DeSantis and Nikki Haley were all like within each other going into, one of them, or later on during the primaries, if it was a clear contender, between any one of those three, like and I'm just using this example, if Nikki Haley would have had, 43%, and it was the rest of it was over on Trump's side, and then you had, just very minor ones on Vivek and
Right. That would go to her if they dropped.
right, that would
Then you
that
might
would
have a
push
race.
that would push her over the top. Then yeah, there might be something to think about. But watch New Hampshire, and you're going to see some fuckery happening, like drastic. You're going to go, what? That makes no sense. Because right now,
And it doesn't do him any good to go in and debate with these people because everybody knows how they're going to behave. And all they're going to be doing is trying to make him look bad rather than actually debate anything.
yeah, Les goes right. Ron was good until he got into bed with Jeb's advisor, irregardless of his policy positions, such as who wants a pushover to have the nuclear codes. Yeah, well, got to have someone that's going to be up there and say what they believe, even if it's not what you want to hear. And I think that's where Nikki falls short, because if she truly believes what she says, you don't really want her. That's just asking for trouble, and throwing out the I'm a brown person is not a good look for her. But the DeSantis supporters appear more likely to switch allegiance to Trump than to the more moderate Haley. In New Hampshire, about 2/3 of DeSantis backers cite Trump as their second choice, said Andrew Smith. Don't care. In a video posted on X, DeSantis endorsed Trump while delivering a party shot at Haley. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican Guard of yesteryear. A repackaged form of warmed over corporatism like Nikki Haley is what she represents. At a Saturday evening rally, actually, he's got more of a whiny voice. At Saturday evening rally in Rochester, New Hampshire, Trump, who spent most of last year attacking DeSantis, praised the governor and said he was looking forward to working together to defeat President Joe Biden, the presumptive presidential Democrat. It's not Democratic, you fucking morons. How many times do I have to tell you this? It's Democrat nominee. Jesus. Trump accused Haley of forming an unholy alliance with liberals. Yep. Never Trumpers and rhinos are Republicans in name only. Yes, that's what rhinos are. To try and win New Hampshire primary and repeat a false claim that registered Democrats were allowed to vote in the Republican primary. Let me read that again. Trump accused Haley of forming an unholy alliance with liberals. Yep. Never Trumpers. Yep. And rhinos, also known as Republicans in name only, to try to win the New Hampshire primary. Okay. Now they're saying that Trump repeated a false claim that registered Democrats were allowed to vote in Republican primary. That's not a lie. You're allowed to. I mean, serious. There's a few states where you're allowed to do that, and if I'm not mistaken, Maine is one of them. New Hampshire is another one that Democrats can vote in each. Democrats and Republicans can vote in each other's primaries. Yep. Stop. She doesn't believe this nonsense, but the people who back her do. She's a damn puppet. A damn puppet. Debates are for the people running behind in the polls. Front runners don't need it. Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. Trump would be smart. Whoever runs for the Democrat ticket, he'd be smart not to even debate them. Just like this is a foregone conclusion. Already got you beat. Screw you. Why would I debate? Why would I debate a fucking potato?
Morning, Young.
It's all going to be the same talking points, and he's going to say things that are not true. And more than likely, Biden wouldn't debate him anyway.
No, he won't.
Because he doesn't have the mental capacity to do it. He would be defeated just walking on the stage. He'd come out tottering out. Oh, here I am. What's going on? Where's the children? At a campaign event in Seabrook, New Hampshire, Haley drew cheers when she announced that DeSantis had dropped out. For now, I'll leave you with this. May the best woman win. And I think I got her voice right too. May the best woman win. David Kochel, a Republican strategist who's worked with just five presidential campaigns, said DeSantis' exit was unlikely to change the basic contours of the campaign. The race needs a big dynamic shift. I don't feel that DeSantis dropping out is that big of a deal, as he didn't have much going on in New Hampshire. Really? And he didn't even have much going on in South Carolina. Really? Wow, you don't know South Carolina very well. South Carolina does not like being called a bunch of fucking racists, just so you know. Another Republican consultant, Ford O'Connell, who has ties to both the Trump and DeSantis camp, said he expected most DeSantis voters to come home to Trump. Without question, Trump is the beneficiary of DeSantis in his campaign. He didn't need it. Like even if DeSantis would have thrown his support towards Haley, he still had the lead on her and was only growing. With time running short, Haley has sharpened her attacks on the front runner in the final days before election, blaming Trump for Republican electoral losses in 2020 and 2022. Falsely claimed. Once a contender, early last year, DeSantis was considered, they actually considered him top presidential candidate. Okay, if you think so. To his combative style and deeply conservative. That's such bullshit. It's not easy being brown, having to spend each day. The color gets me down when I think it could be nicer being white or light bright or something much more respectable like that. Thank you, Max. They just feed him Adderall and Provigil the nights before so he needs to be awake. I don't know, I'm pressure, but more than 70% of Republicans have a favorable opinion of Trump, according to most polls. There you go, 70%. They're saying it right there. 70% of Republicans have a favorable opinion, so why is she even running? That forced DeSantis to try and appeal to voters who still admire Trump as well as those who passionately disliked him. DeSantis failed on both counts. He was beating Nikki. Why he was a better option, while Republicans looking to ditch the former president split their votes among multiple candidates. Okay. Several DeSantis allies said the governor waited too long to enter the race. Whatever, which left him open to blistering attacks by Trump, who had announced his campaign more than 6 months earlier. If I'm not mistaken, he it was just a foregone conclusion that he was going to run as soon as he wasn't president anymore. He was like, it didn't look like he ever stopped. He was everywhere. Where did you arrive, Maddie? There you go.
Morning, Maddie. Morning, Lefty.
Good to see you. The campaign overhired, burning through cash at a rapid rate, then outsourced much of the traditional work of the campaign to an outside super PAC, which can accept donations of unlimited size but cannot coordinate within the campaign itself. Okay. I don't know all that much about politics. All I know is it looks like Trump just took a drastic lead and a big dump on Haley's ambitions.
I don't think she ever had a chance anyway, but
No,
I don't think we need a primary season this year. So,
but no, I don't think so either. And it's let's see. Of course, you'll have CNN. This is hilarious. I got a kick out of this one too. CNN's poll: Trump lead over Haley widens. Take two from the top. Take two from the top, Shizzy. Judge Maddie is here. That's awesome. Well, we'll get to it. So the race for New Hampshire Republican presidential appears to. Oh, we'll just zoom in on it so you guys can read along. Oh, that's much too embiggened. Women hate it whenever you get it too much embiggened. Trump holds 50% support among likely. I mean, he holds more than 50% among likely voters. No, it says in a poll in early January when he held 39 to 32 on Haley's, that's not true at all, because you guys are giving misinformation. This is so fucking wrong. Ron DeSantis announced Sunday that he was ending his White House bid endorsing former president. For Trump's opponents, New Hampshire has long appeared to be the place in the early primary calendar that offered the best shot at knocking him off track in his bid. New Hampshire's traditional independent streak has more moderate pool of likely primary voters when compared to other states who nominated contests land ahead of Super Tuesday are part of why some Trump rivals fixated on the state as a place to stand out, and Haley has won over those groups. It hasn't happened yet. She holds 58% among those who are registered as undeclared. Okay. You know what that means? That they're Democrats that are undeclaring or not declaring, and plan to vote in the GOP primary, and 71 among those who consider themselves ideologically, blah, blah, blah. Your polls are skewed and full of shit. Trump has largely consolidated most of his support amongst larger flip sides, which you're incorrect there again. This is why you guys keep getting surprised whenever Trump beats them at something. You know, just like beating all of like news by saying, you realize that Nikki Haley was in charge of supporting the she was trying to keep she was in charge of security January 6th, and she didn't do a good job on that. Oh, he's losing his mind. He's totally forgotten. Everybody knows it was Nancy Pelosi that was in charge of it. You dummies.
Who is
just
that?
fell for it. Yeah, they lost their freaking minds. I'm so glad that person pointed that out to me. I laughed my ass off whenever they said, you realize what he just did. He got all of media to say that Nancy Pelosi was in charge of that. Fuck.
That's awesome. Forward D chance.
See, I'm not smart, but I hang around smart people. At least they tell me they are. I don't know, because I'm not smart, so they might be dumb. I just don't know. Broadly speaking, New Hampshire's likely Republican primary voters expect Trump to win on Tuesday. Well, duh.
Right.
70% they think he will carry the day, though just 36% of Haley's backers feel that way. See, you need to learn to do better polls. Survey asked whether Trump would attempt and whether he would succeed at 6 things he's talking about during the campaign: building a wall, appointing special prosecutor to go after. No, learn. This is hyperbole. That's bullshit. It's no different than Ron DeSantis or him, or no different than whenever he said, "Well, Hitler, you'd be in jail." That's that's completely different. Yeah, they need better polls. Much better
Hmm.
polls. Sort of. I'm thinking sort of like what was his name? What was his name? Dracula. Yeah, polls like that. Pikes. That's what it is. Where they just slam down that pike. That's what. Their polls are bad. Repealing Obamacare. Deep state after dismantling the deep state after repealing Obamacare. What? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Go after President Joe Biden and his family. Dismantling the deep state, repealing Obamacare. Well, Obamacare's still a thing? I thought it was called the Affordable Health Care Act.
Well,
That,
it's not
yeah.
affordable nor healthcare, so
Oh, come on. Somebody's getting paid. With another healthcare law, bringing the war between Russia and Ukraine to an end. Well, that would be pretty damn easy. Just say, okay, asshole, stop or I'm going to bomb the fuck out of both of you. Like a bunch of petulant children. That's the official name now. Better polls. And reimposing a travel ban for 7 Muslim countries. Has he said that? I don't think he said that. I could
I
be
have no
wrong.
idea.
I could be wrong. I don't think he said that. Maybe he said, "Well, we're going to lock down our borders and maybe stop having state support terrorists into our country." Majorities in the GOP electorate say that if he wins, Trump would likely succeed in accomplishing 4 out of those 6: one, building the wall, ending the war in Ukraine, reimposing the travel ban, appointing a prosecutor. Nobody cares whether he goes after Biden. He might go after Hunter, but why would he do that to Joe? Joe doesn't even know where he's at half the fucking time.
Right.
And replacing the Affordable Care Act. Well, I hope he does something with it, but that there's more to it than just him. I mean,
Right.
there, it's not like he can just walk in and go, it's done, it's over. No, that's not how it works.
Walk in and just sign all the paperwork.
Yeah. I mean, you can do what Joe Biden did and just repeal every one of his executive orders the day that you come in, and then
Right.
realize, oh shit, I just got rid of affordable insulin. But
Yeah, then
how about
redo the good ones
how
and
about we make it re-affordable insulin for everybody? Look at all the great things Joe Biden did while he was a president. It's like, yeah, it was already done, asshole. You just undid everything. You're a moron.
right.
Most New Hampshire residents agree likely voters should vote Trump win the presidency, blah, 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 blah. Democrat. See, they're wrong. It is eliminate those 2 last pieces. It is Democrat primary.
But it wasn't racist then, Sean.
Oh, Jesus.
Travel ban that Obama also had.
Biden will pardon Hunter before leaving office if Trump gets reelected. Trump will not be able to go after Hunter. Yeah, it's a possibility. But there's other ways. Just saying. About 2/3 of the likely primary voters. I mean, there might have been some guy, that was in prison that, just jumped off a top bunk with a short rope. States primary ballot because primary is a violation of the Democrat National Committee. They keep saying Democratic National Committee. It's the Democrat National Committee, the DNC. Rules for the nomination process. See, Biden did not fail to be a candidate in the state's primary ballot because primary is in violation of the National Committee's rules for the nomination process, but supporters have mounted a write-in effort on his behalf. Nearly all likely Democrat Party primary voters are aware of that effort. 91% say they heard Biden would not be on the ballot before taking the survey. What does it matter? Nearly all Biden backers, 92% say they have definitely decided to support him. Okay, that's wonderful. Still, just 46 of likely Democrat primary voters in New Hampshire say that Biden would give the party its best chance in 2024. Yeah. It's just a bunch of fucking polls. That's all it is. And have they not learned by now that their idea of putting these polls out ahead of these things don't do anything?
Well, they
It
don't make
used,
anything. You can
well,
make a poll say whatever you want it to say.
tell me what my poll would say to you.
Hmm.
Obamacare won't be repealed, just like Social Security, Medicare, motor voter. Republicans exist to lock up Democrat games. Yep, that is absolutely true. And of course, how about something? Continue. No, I don't want to have that. Don't care. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Do. All right. What is this doing? Oh, damn it. I hate when it does this crap. Why is it doing this? Don't care. Son of a whore. Continue. Back to main. All right.
Maddie had a really good show last night
Did he?
on his radio show. It was good. He did all Australian songs for upcoming Australia Day. It was good.
Nice.
He even played me a song last night.
Oh,
I know, it was so sweet. It was When I Think About You, I Touch Myself.
when I think about you, I touch myself. Who's myself? I just am curious. Who is myself? Oh, this is pretty cool. Deadly Arctic blast is freezing out most of the U.S. How about we show that there? We will just share this tab instead. So this is pretty cool. This is
Ooh,
that actually looks pretty in a sick
where is
sort
this
of way.
at?
Well, that was
Just all
further
over.
north than you. Yeah, this is all over the U.S. So yeah, and most people don't get this. Like here in the South, we don't get this kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, it's just
That's just Tuesday for the North.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we got this much snow in the South, it's just accidents and wrecks everywhere, and morons like doing crazy
Right.
stuff. So this is like what Volstorm had to deal with right here.
And his truck
So,
driving.
no, not Volstorm, but I have a story. Yamaha
Oh,
biker.
Yamaha.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
the trees just were exploding and crap just going to hell. I don't know where Yamaha biker is. That looks like last week. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably closer to what they were getting, where it just is nasty. You know, shoveling out in stadiums. What a
Oh, yeah.
mess. It's like why? Ah, no fun. Potential records tonight. Blah blah blah. Bryson City 5 degrees. Greenville 14. Myrtle Beach 19.
Max, I think they can pre-pardon, can't they?
Wouldn't Biden only be able to pardon his crackhead son felonies and misdemeanors that he's been convicted of? Pretty much, yeah, that's correct.
I thought they talked about when Trump was getting ready to leave office, they were worried he was going to pre-pardon somebody for stuff.
Oh, people were hoping that he would pardon Snowden and Julian Assange, which
Okay.
was never going to happen. I mean, pardon power is a pardon anyone, no questions asked. Yeah, but you can't pardon someone for future crimes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, what are you pardoning them against? I mean, seriously, what would you be pardoning them against? They're innocent until proven guilty. You can't pardon an innocent person. I mean, just saying. I mean, maybe in the Democrat world you can, but the rest of the world is a little
This
bit
thing
different.
says a federal pardon can be issued prior to the start of a legal case or inquiry, prior to any indictments being issued for unspecific offenses, and prior to or after a conviction of a federal crime.
So basically, then they're admitting guilt if you do that.
Well, so what you could pardon somebody for unaliving someone before
They kill them.
they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, that's what they're saying. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
Is prior to the start of a legal case.
Well, they would have to have the legal case, right?
Well, it says they can issue one prior to the start of a legal case or inquiry.
Don't start with me. I'm not a smart man, woman. I don't know. I don't know.
That's it, because I
That's
thought I had remembered something about that being talked about right before Trump left office.
oh yeah. Now see, I want to point something out that over here on CBS, they got something right. I'm very
Oh,
impressed. Yeah, I really I
that
am, and
one thing.
I'm not joking about this. They said right here, Whitmer, who won re-election by double digits in 2022, has become the leading voice among Democrats. You freaking got it right, Democrats.
Oh,
I am
not the Democrat.
kudos. You have figured it out. And she said she's not taking the strong showing in her party for granted heading into the next election. It's not always going to be close to this state, Whitmer told Face the Nation. You cannot make any assumptions about what the next election is going to bring. Based on the last one in a state like this, you got to show up, you got to do the work, and you got to show people that you really care about them. Yeah. Despite then, see, then they come back and they screw it up right there. Despite Democrat wins in Michigan in 2022, Whitmer urged that the state is absolutely still a purple state. Yeah, I doubt that. Whitmer said
Eris.
she's not freaking out over polls that show that Mr. Biden is underperforming with the Democrat base, but she also made it clear. What do you mean? You're saying that Mr. Biden? Now, see, you got Mr. Biden is underperforming with the Democrat base. Really? That's not what we're hearing. Everybody's saying that he's like the smartest thing since Forrest Gump. The right for a woman to make her own decisions and reproductive freedom is a motivator. Where? Really, where? Where does anybody care about this? I mean, outside of pundits on the internet, nobody really cares about this.
No.
I mean, why don't you go ask some adults, women that have had children or multiple children, ask them how they feel about abortion. Why don't you? And those are the people that are going more likely going to go and vote for you. Ask them what they think about it. Ask the men who have held their child whenever it's first born. Ask those guys how they feel about it. Don't go asking, the 20-something-year-old that, sleeps around with 50 different guys. Don't go asking her, because we already know how she feels about it. Ask the women out there that are your voting base, the ones that, are trying to raise an entire family. Ask them how they feel about abortion. Jeez. And if you say that's the biggest issue, then you've got some serious problems. It's maybe
Yes,
the biggest
it's
issue
definitely an issue for some people, but it's not the biggest issue.
Yeah, in college that might be a big
It's the
issue.
economy, stupid.
Yeah. Well, I say this much possible about Joe. He's better than Camel Toe. Yeah. Michigan voters approved the ballot measure in 2022. I think if Trump is president, or any of the people in the Republican side now, unfortunately, are going to promote an abortion ban for us all. No, Jesus, have you not realized this? Trump would never sign something like that because he wanted it to go back to the states. He wanted the states to make their own fucking mind up on this. This is not a
like
federal
most
thing.
of this crap should.
It's do you want to know who wants to have like abortion become a federal thing? It's rhinos. It's people like Nikki Haley that want to make it a federal thing. It's those people that want to make it a federal issue, because if you send it back to the states, guess what? It eliminates it being a talking point in any election coming up. Abortion becomes a non-issue. You don't even have to discuss it.
That it is, Eris. It's one of the pet projects. They only care about it during election year.
They only care about the dark people whenever it comes to election. They only care about the white people whenever it comes to getting donations. They only care about the Hispanic people whenever it comes to the border. Okay? Learn this.
Yep.
It's really screwed up, but that's how it works. They don't care outside of that. And of course the Asians,
I imagine
they don't
we'll
care
have
at
a
all.
mostly peaceful, fiery summer this year. So
Oh yeah. I mean,
something will happen, and
they're already getting people propped up, like, what is it, the Patriot Front and stuff like that, feds. I mean, they're
Mhm.
propping these people up. Let's put it this way: if you've got a group that's this white supremacist group that's so massive and so huge, how long did it take them to go after this white supremacist group? All four or five of them, 20 agents in Governor Whitmer's case. How long did it take for them to get in there? And you're telling me that you got this white supremacist group that they can't infiltrate, called
Yeah.
the Patriot Front? You expect me to believe that those aren't just a bunch of feds because they just come popping up randomly. Like you would think that they would have brought that shit down in a heartbeat. Yeah, don't give me that bullshit. But Whitmer, co-chair for Biden presidential reelection bid, suggested his administration would lean into the issue with more frequency and with more blunt language. Asked whether Mr. Biden should be talking about abortion more, Whitmer said it'd be good if he did. Yeah. Ah, Jesus. Still, Whitmer explained the president's position in this issue is clear, saying she's confident when Americans weigh their options, understands the stakes, more like polls. Whitmer also said Democrats should campaign more on issues like expanding access to affordable child care. Yeah, abortion is not considered affordable child care. Just saying. For them, it might be. But it's just funny that she's saying Democrats should campaign more on issues like expanding access to affordable child care while they're talking about killing children, and then saying that they have to empower American women to make their own choices. How about empower American women and men to become families and make their own choices instead of spending a whole bunch of money making sure that they stay in poverty? I mean, it's a novel idea that, maybe you should work on those kinds of things. I mean, well, Shizzy, how long it took them to find a certain terrorist that might have had dialysis issues and was not living in caves? I have no idea. You notice it only becomes expedient during around elections. Like I said, the dark people, they only care about whenever it comes time for votes. Whenever it comes time for borders, they're worried about a different shade. Whenever they're wanting money, they're worried about a different shade. Sucks. Nikki Haley says Trump tried to buddy up with dictators while in office. Really? We know this. You know what? He was the first one to just walk his ass right across the border into North Korea. Walked right in there. You know how many people freaked out whenever he did that? We have to forget about that. We can't talk about him walking in there and saying, "Yeah, we ain't playing your shit, dumbass." It's like, you think I'm scared of you? No, I just walked right in there and said, "Hey, we're not playing this."
Good morning, Wolfie.
You can't have someone who's buddying up with dictators that want to kill us. Okay.
Was he buddying up?
Or how about you tell Kim Jong Un or whatever his name is, go suck my balls. We ain't playing this shit.
Yeah.
You want to keep gaming around.
I seem to remember things were a lot more pleasant over that way.
Yeah, well,
A few years back.
It's weird how that happened. That was a ballsy move. It would have been anyone else. The media would have praised up one side and down the other. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how that happens. Trump talked to dictators instead of bombing everyone. Can't have that. Yeah, because war is big money. Big money,
Yeah.
fills up those coffers of the deep state. All those rhinos that are preaching about abortion should be a federal issue. Republicans don't want it. They're just like, why do we want to bring this back here?
Right.
I mean, I'm not talking about your politician Republicans. I'm talking about, your Republican voters.
Yeah.
They're going, yeah, we don't want that. Send it back to the states. Your independence. That's what they want. Your most logical people would say, why would the federal government want it? Send it back to the states. I mean, and that they're rhinos, and that they're Democrats that want it to be handled by the federal government because it's a talking point. Like, you take that wind out of that sail, it doesn't give anybody the upper hand. Just like, yeah, we're not doing this. So what do you guys want to talk about next, huh? Abortion is a non-issue. The states handle it. It's not a federal issue, which means it has nothing to do with the presidential election, and nobody cares. Once you take that wind out of those sails, it becomes a non sequitur. It's awesome how that works. Oh, let's see. How did I? No, am I doing that one? This one is might get me removed. Maybe not. How about some more? How about some joyful stuff here? We'll do this one. This one seems a little more joyful than the last one. We'll get off of this for a little bit. There we go. We'll share this tab instead. This one's fun. Check this out. This is awesome. You'll love this.
Oh yeah, of course. We got the Chinese here. For Chinese TV as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you film us all of us in your cameras?
I don't know. Are we allowed?
No.
It's funny is she's complaining about being in the camera as this guy's sitting here with his camera.
We're not allowed.
Yeah. So
We're not allowed.
You're not allowed because we're for Chinese TV.
Oh, okay.
This is non-disclosable.
It's not disco.
There's no reason.
Why?
That's our choice. That's our right.
Oh, so it's not a legal thing.
It is a legal thing because
Yes, you can. Yes, and anyone can film because in the UK it's a free country and anyone can film.
Right.
Not in public. In China,
no.
but we're not in China.
No. I have my choice. I don't
No,
want
but
my.
we are in Britain, Great Britain. We're not in
I
China.
say I'm also British.
This-
I'm also British. Okay.
Okay.
I'm also British. I'm also British, but I don't want to use my.
You've got a Chinese flag there.
Wow, they just moved to another place in the shopping mall. Exactly. He's like, huh?
it doesn't matter.
Show me the Chinese flag.
Why you're touching her? Stop touching her! Don't touch her, please. Do not touch her, please. You are not the same age. Please do not touch her. Don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I got to kick it. Don't touch her. I will take your hands off. Why are you touching her? Good Lord. Oh, yeah, I needed that. They're actively filming it. Exactly. You like it? What was that?
You're not allowed to film here while
No,
they're filming it.
I know. That's why I was like, what? Yeah.
And that's right, Wolfie. You're not the only one that gets it.
Oh, I had some lady flip out because I took a picture of her dog while we were in France. Like she
Was it
lost her
pooping?
shit. No. No, it was
I
just
thought you were
a
gonna make
pretty
your own
dog.
calendar.
So she was flipping out over it, and so what I did is I just put it into a save spot, and then whenever I showed her, it was just like,
Deleted
what?
it for her.
No, I was like, I never took a picture of your dog. I like scrolled through it, and she was like, well, you took a picture of my dog. I'm like, no, I really didn't. I was taking a picture of that
Right.
bird behind you, and she was like, you can't be, and she's like losing her shit. I was like, there's no fucking picture of your dog on there. And then after she left,
You're
I
in a
put it right back in.
public place. Like,
Well, you're also in another country, and the last thing you need is them calling the cops on you, and then it just becomes a harassing thing. It's like, I just say F off and keep playing. Well, they had already finished. These were people that approached them after they finished playing. You got me filming me.
it was over the filming, right? Not the playing.
Yeah, it was. They were in a mall, and it's like, in China, you cannot take picture of us. That is against our.
Well, guess what?
Guess what? You're not in China anymore, sweet cheeks, and I can film whatever the F I want to. Now, I may not be able to show it everywhere, but I can do whatever I want to, within reason. Good Lord, these people. They're so
And all she would, if she didn't want to be, one, just leave the area. It's a big mall. You don't have to. But if you just go up and ask somebody nicely, more than likely they're going to say, "Oh, yeah, no problem."
Or I'll blur out your face or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, I don't even care if I was walking
Right.
through and somebody was filming. It's just like whatever. Most of the time, I would just if I saw someone with same thing whenever
She-
people would be on vacation. Everyone's wanting to get that picture. And I would just usually just circle around and go around them. Just
Right. She probably was on some kind of bereavement or something from work and didn't want to get busted being on vacation.
she's not supposed to be here. Why is
Right.
she here? I'm going to go grab some more coffee real quick. I will be right back. Can you hang on
Okay.
for just a little bit? Cool.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
here.
You're awesome. I'll see you in a couple.
Good morning, humans. What's up? Did you guys get rid of all your snow yet, Vol? Jamie and I were making fun of you guys yesterday. I would like to see that picture, Eris. Right. Yeah. Just avoid them if you don't want to be in it. Like, I wonder how Expert's neighbor's going to do when it goes above freezing and then freezes again tonight. That was funny listening to him, watching him watch his neighbor trying to chip away at the ice. I wish he would have gone and taken a short video for it.
Oh, there we go.
I was just trying to read Max's.
Max says in
thing.
Tokyo, there are mainland Chinese live streamers whom you encounter while shopping. Knowing they're live and monitored, Max Jr. will say in Chinese, "All right, Taiwan," which immediately freaks them out. Love it. There's also a difference in taking a picture purposely of someone and someone just being in the background. Exactly.
I
Well,
love that for you, B.
When I was taking a picture of her dog, not her, like she wasn't even in the picture. Like it could have been just any random dog. I'll show the picture sometimes. It's actually a pretty cool looking dog. We're still living out the movie Frozen. Yeah. I could tell a girl to come in here. I was in my yard. Hey, let's go. Wolfram. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There we go. So next little thing, which is, if you trigger warning, if you don't like Trump, all you got to do is just mute for like the next 5 minutes. You won't have, you can just
Just kidding.
there we go.
The immunity situation is so important. And one thing I've noticed, and I've noticed it very strongly, if Biden or Obama, Democrat, appoint a judge, they go out of their way to hurt you. If a Republican appoints a judge like me, I appoint a judge, they go out of their way to show they're not biased and that they can't be bought, they can't be this, they can't be. You appoint somebody and they go out of their way to rule against you because they want to show that they are not in any way influenced by the fact that you appointed them. And you really do have two standards. It's an incredible difference. And hopefully the Republican justices that we have and judges that we have will make correct decisions. And what I want is just fair and correct decisions. And the president has to have immunity. If they don't have immunity, you're not going to have a presidency much. You're not going to have much of a country, frankly. It'll be a terrible thing. It'll be a disaster. Biden and his thugs are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones that can stop them. We're the only ones. There's nobody else. The greatest movement of all time. Okay.
There you go. So whenever people keep saying, "Oh, Trump is going to go after Joe Biden and have him arrested,"
No.
because he believes that president should be immune from that.
Yeah.
Well,
Morning,
outside of
Ed.
I'm sure there would be certain circumstances like if Joe Biden walked out on stage and pulled the trigger on Kamala Harris and in front of live TV, they may say, no, that's a little different. You know,
Right. Well, that would be something entirely different.
I mean,
But
it would
yeah,
be,
if
it'd be,
they're just gonna start a tit for tat and
yeah,
nobody's gonna win.
it'll just be this constant, going after every single president just because you don't like them for whatever reason or something that they said that you didn't like. He didn't go after Hillary Clinton, and he could have. Yeah. What was the point? What was the point of him going after Hillary? What purpose would it have served? Zero.
Right.
Trump doesn't do shit without thinking about this ahead of time.
Eris. I love this man's policies. I wish he'd lose his voice and ability to type.
Exactly.
Go
He's
back
got
to bed,
great,
David.
and I've said this multiple times. It's like I can understand why people don't like Trump, and it has nothing to do with his policies. It just has to do with him personally. I woke up from the worst dream. I heard Farrell's voice in my head. That turned out to be true.
He's the worst brother ever.
Yeah, you have to just beat him down. Doggone it. Well, let's see what else has been happening in the world today, because it is a new day, and of course, is today the New Hampshire primaries coming in today? Is that right?
Oh, is it today?
I don't know. I think it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday that stuff is coming in. See, I pay about as much attention to being concerned with it only whenever I need to. Let's see. New Hampshire primary. Right. Jesus Christ. Lord. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Washington Post. Trump leads by a wide margin. Okay. This is horrible. I don't even want to look at it. Let's see. Oh, I love this. Share screen. Oh, is this the right one? I think it is.
Yeah, tomorrow's the first one.
And it comes down to this. Former President Donald Trump won Iowa caucuses in a blowout last week, confirming his dominance with conservatives. Candidates have dropped out and endorsed Trump, including DeSantis, who did so on Sunday. Almost the entire Republican Party believe Trump will now be the nominee again and rallying around him, excluding a minority of ex-candidates and his former UN ambassador, Nikki Haley.
Tomorrow, B.
Oh, I don't care. So, New Hampshire, which holds its primary Tuesday with its moderate voter profile, offers what will very likely be the last best chance for Haley to show she can beat Trump. And she might have to win the primary to turn the narrative tide in her favor. Here's everything you need to know about the New Hampshire primary. Can anyone beat Trump? Trump. Haley began gaining ground on Trump in New Hampshire in recent weeks, but Trump continues to lead by double digits. No shit. She's been gaining ground while he's leading in double digits. While New Hampshire certainly features more moderate electorate, blah, 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 voters will have their say on Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. But Marist poll of New Hampshire voters taken is revealing 2/3 of Republicans and Republican-leaning independents. So this was taken last week. All right, that was taken last week. DeSantis dropped out yesterday. Right. 2/3 of Republicans and Republican independents said Trump should have immunity from criminal prosecution for actions he took while he was president. It doesn't matter. Trump's potential. See, did you notice that those documents that they found in Trump's place in Mar-a-Lago? They haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah, why is that?
Isn't it weird? Because they're going to bring that up as it gets closer to election or to the actual election in November. There's a lot of stuff that they're rehashing a bunch of like little bullshit things that they're trying to do. That's going to be their big reveal,
right?
Because that'll be their November.
It'll be surprise. October. Yeah.
What time does voting take place? All polling places must be open from at least 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. at minimum, according to the Secretary of State's office. Some polling locations have earlier hours to extend theirs, but all polls will be closed by 8 p.m. You can find hours for each polling location here. Chris Christie dropped out. Where his voters will turn in New Hampshire primary, probably to the toilet. And not that they were that great anyway. I mean, there was not, he was barely getting any traction, and he knew it, because the 221 towns in the state have flexibility in their opening and closing times. A few of the most sparsely populated towns have used that to gain some attention by beginning voting at midnight. Most famously was this in Dixville, Notch. How would you like to live in Dixville? Notch.
I mean, maybe.
Well, it gained notoriety not because of its name, Dixville, but because it predicted eventual Republican nominee in every election from 1968 to 2012. It was broken in 2016 when it sided with former Ohio Governor Kasich over. But the town, which is exactly. Yes. But the town, which is only 20 miles from the Canadian border, only has a population of 5. The vote for 2016 was Kasich was 3-2. Dixville, Knox. Notch. Sorry.
Eris, I don't think he said he has it picked, but he hasn't announced it yet, right? His running mate.
Yeah.
We were talking about it the other day, who it might be.
Well, do you think now that DeSantis has dropped out that he'll pick DeSantis?
No, never. DeSantis wouldn't do it anyway.
Yes. I still want to see Tulsi Gabbard do it. I would love it.
Exactly, Eris. Every little weird town has been right since forever until they weren't.
Since Dow's walked to work.
No, I think I'm right.
Yeah.
You got it's going to be Eric.
Hey, we'll see. Not only is this state a run primary rather than a party run caucus. Well, so you don't think it's going to be a whammon? You don't think you'll get a whammon in there? Come on.
I don't think so, and I don't want him to.
Yeah, I want him to get the best person for the job. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not going to vote for you because of your genitals. It's just not going to happen.
But see, here's the thing. He doesn't have to pick someone to placate the party. That's the beauty of it. You know, and the cool thing is he wouldn't have to change any of his signs if he did Trump 2020 or 2024. He wouldn't have to change the sign. He wouldn't have to go Trump 2024. He'd just leave it as Trump 2024.
Oh, yeah.
Smart marketing. That's a I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
He should pick the Indian dot, not the feather. Like, who's that?
No, he should not pick her.
Yeah. Vivek would destroy. It would be, he is a waste of space. Sorry. That would be the worst thing that he could possibly do. The worst thing he could possibly do.
Where's they going to find one of those be? Someone sane.
He needs to scour Georgia for someone sane. I doubt it. There's no one sane in Georgia. Not even me.
There's no one sane in politics.
No, not at all. So who will be on the ballot? Even though most of the coverage is centered around leading Republican candidates, there will be 24 names that New Hampshire voters will see, including candidates who have already dropped out of the race. Well, here's a sample ballot. I'll open it up in a new window. And here's a sample. You guys suck balls. That was horrible. Just tab instead. That was just ridiculous. It didn't give me shit. For Democrats, there's a similar 21 people, including the likes of Paperboy Love Prince, Vermin Supreme, self-help author Marianne Williamson, and Representative Dean Phillips, Democrat Minnesota, who won't include is president by Jesus Christ. Learn to fucking type. Who it won't include is President Biden. Okay, there we go. They could have made it easier. Who it won't include, comma, President Biden. Dumbasses. New Hampshire primary won't be counted in the. They need to stop having AI write shit for them, or else you end up with really bad, fucked up mistakes. I know. Trust me. I do it on a weekly basis. New Hampshire's primary won't be counted in this year's Democrat. It's Jesus Christ. It's not Democratic. It's a Democrat primary because the Democrat Party demoted it in favor of South Carolina, which has propelled Biden to the 2020 nomination. There's, however, an active write-in campaign for Biden, which the party establishment has to hope wins. Otherwise, it would be a major black eye for the president. I mean, he's got 2 black eyes already because he don't listen. What might turnout be like? Secretary of State David Scanlan, Jesus Christ, come up with a real name. It's predicting the record turnout of 3,222,000 something for primary GOP. The Republican turnout record is 282,979 set in 2016. New Hampshire traditionally has been one of the states with the highest participation rates in the country. How much has been spent in New Hampshire? $77.5 million spent in New Hampshire just on campaign ads targeting the state and GOP primary. No, you tell me this shit ain't about money. Mm-hmm. Don't you believe it? It's all about the money. Because I guarantee you stop supporting these places with these primary bullshit things, they start losing money. Man, they will up their ante.
Your jam.
Coffee.
I know. I need to send a
Yes.
human to go get me more.
Oh, there you go. The top spender
And I
has been.
slept all night, Maddie, so you can't yell at me.
Yeah, don't you dare yell at her. You have words with me. The top spender has been Haley and groups supporting her. Team Haley has poured $30 million, almost doubling Trump and his allies, who have spent $15.7 million. A super PAC supporting DeSantis had spent about $8 million in New Hampshire. Jeez Louise, you realize how much money they're spending for this kind of crap? I want some of that pumpkin salad Herschel Walker lives on. There you go. Okay, but Team DeSantis didn't spend anything after his distant second place. Yeah, it was still better than what Haley did.
Yeah, I woke up to listen to you and went back to bed, Maddie.
See, isn't that awesome? This is stupid. Stop wasting money on this bullshit. Exactly. You think about how many of these millions of dollars that they spend trying to get reelected, but they are injecting it back into those local economies in New Hampshire and Iowa, the poorest of the states, I'm sure. So why is New Hampshire important? New Hampshire has voted first in primaries for more than 100 years. Wasn't it Iowa that just voted first, did their primary? I don't know. It has resurrected the campaign of candidates thought to be finished in the primary or solidified a candidate's position. What do you think is going to happen? You think it'll solidify him? Bill Clinton's closer than expected second place, finish in 92, led him to be labeled as the comeback kid. And that's what Hillary looked like whenever she was younger. Amazing, huh? She actually looked like a woman. Plus, on the Republican side, has been a good predictor of who wins the GOP nomination since 1976. In primary, which an incumbent Republican president wasn't on the ballot, 6 of the 8 New Hampshire winners went on to win the nomination, including the last 3 in the same stretch, only blah, blah, blah. Why is New Hampshire first? Don't care. Let's see. Has there been any drama? No, there's never any drama. Lots. New Hampshire has been known for tears and dirty tricks. Tears and dirty tricks. Good to see. Good morning, Sue. Wonderful to see you. How do you do? Awesome. Look, Willie looks like he's longing for the socks of that photo. Yep. It's how it goes. So a couple of examples stand out, and it includes a hoax letter that actually was planted by a Republican, Richard Nixon's campaign. It falsely accused a leading Democrat candidate, Edmund Muskie, of using an ethnic slur that led to Muskie to maybe cry in a public outburst, while also defending his wife, whom a local newspaper accused of liking to tell dirty jokes and smoke cigarettes. Ooh, tame stuff by today's standards, but that was hot in 1972. Yeah, a lot of stuff is hot. It changed people's minds about me of what kind of guy I was, Muskie said at the moment. They were looking for a strong, steady man, and here I was crying like a little bitch. Weak. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It was in 2008. It was reversed. Hillary Clinton got choked up during an event, answered a question from a voter that gained lots of attention, may have actually turned around her fortunes for the granted state. It's all teary-eyed. What's next? After New Hampshire, it's Nevada, which confusingly is holding a state-run primary on February 6th and a party caucus on February 8th. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you're doing the caucus
Sorry.
after the primary?
No, that doesn't make sense. I was talking to David when I said yes. Sorry.
Oh. Farrell, should I do more political streams? You do what you fucking want. Shit, man. That's this is,
He does. I think yes, because it's
Yeah.
something he does well.
yes.
Not that I think that he should do them just to do them. I just think he does well at stuff like that.
Exactly.
Just
Like-
same with
like-
Expert. I love
Oh, yeah.
listening to them talk. You and Expert and David, I've enjoyed listening to you guys talk about politics stuff.
Oh, you missed it last night. It was
I
it was
know.
on
I
fire.
heard.
It was on fire.
I was
last night.
sound asleep.
After Dave and Volstorm like ducked out because they actually have lives.
What?
Yeah.
No, they're
It's
supposed to
amazing how
revolve
that
around
works.
us.
Well, after they ducked out, we started talking a little bit about politics. Got Nicholas Starro coming in, hanging out, and it was
I
it was a
saw
good one.
Expert say something about derailing you last night with some politics stuff.
He did not derail it because the show was pretty much over. I mean, really, it was. The show was done. We had already finished up. We'd already figured out our story for next week, got the outline for that. And so the whole thing was over. And it was just a matter of, okay, here we are. This is what we're doing. And we had fun. I hate that you missed the political talk. Oh, don't you worry about it. There's always political talk going on. Tis the season. Tis the year. It's weird how it goes every 4 years. It gets really political and everybody just tends to, talk politics. South Carolina is a very conservative electorate. Well, if they're a very conservative, like I said, Nikki Haley just shot herself in the foot because she called all of South Carolina a bunch of racists. There you go. She just said that they were racist and they don't like darkies there, is what she said. They don't like others. Mm-hmm.
Oh my, David.
What? What did you
Gross.
miss?
You should get your elbow checked.
You might want to get your fist
Get
checked.
your arm.
Might want to wipe the snot from your arm. Just saying. You just about threw up a little bit in your mouth, didn't you? Yeah, so that's what we got going on. We got the New Hampshire primary stuff coming on. We got a bunch of garbage like that. There's going to be top news, and of course, I'm sure the top news today is going to be where does Trump stand now that DeSantis has dropped out? Does this give Nikki Haley the boost?
Same place he stood before.
Yeah, he hasn't. Here's the thing: he was still top of the heap.
Right.
He doesn't have to debate Joe Biden. He doesn't have to debate Nikki Haley. All he has to do is go out there, talk to his people, talk to his base, and you'll see all of the little people that show up to his things to protest, and they'll yell and he's kicking out his voters out of his speeches. It's just like, no, those peoples are plants. They come in, they want to disrupt, and he's just like, just go away. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. No one's forcing you to be here. Like, go away. If you're going to disrupt, then expect to get your ass taken out. Not like in a deadly way, just getting your ass like hauled out of there. And if you're at one of these rallies, you see someone doing some crap like that, just have security handle it. That's what they're there for.
The one I went to, it was just a good time.
Because I've seen like people like, get all passionate and like attack these people. It's just like, you realize they're doing this on purpose. They're showing up to those little Trump get-togethers because they want to get it on camera. You taking a swing at them, because then it makes it look like Trump supporters are these violent people that are attacking anybody that disagrees with Trump.
Right.
That's what they're looking for.
Well,
It's
they
no
do that, and it's not just for that. They do it for everything to make anybody that's Republican look horrible.
exactly. And Democrats do it
What
too.
happened for the 20 minutes before you started taking video?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So stay away from, if someone's pulling crap like that, my suggestion is just everybody move the hell away from them. Just be like, they're not with us. We don't know who this person is, but security needs to handle this stuff.
Yeah, they're the
Like,
bait.
yeah, that's all it is. Been 3 Trump rallies and always a blast. Any agitator is a plant. Exactly. And that's my point. Know it, live it, love it. Know that you don't need to be part of their bullshit. Stay away
Aren't
from
they
their
fun,
bullshit.
Sue? Like we went because he was like 20 minutes away. So we went and
Mhm.
it was so much fun.
You should be able to have that. That's what those are supposed to be. It's supposed to be getting together with like-minded people, and it's like going to a freaking concert. Okay,
It was.
you
Yeah.
know, here's REM. I'll just use this as an example. REM is very political, and everybody knows REM is political. But most people like that live in Georgia enjoy REM for their music, not just because their political stance. They really don't freaking care because REM puts out some really good freaking music. And I think it was during Obama or something like that. Whenever he was running, like people showed up to watch REM, and of course, they got up there and they started, talking their racist bullshit that they always do. Of well, he's a black man, you're going to vote for him because he is black or some crap like that. And people were, it was almost unanimous across the entire concert venue. Everyone started booing. Like it just was like, boo, shut up, play some music. We came here to hear you, not your political spiel bullshit. And you could see him just verbally, physically getting frustrated because nobody was buying into it. It's like, we came here to watch you play music. We understand that you're political. Be political all you want to, but don't call us a bunch of fucking racists. How's that? It's really easy. That's why I said Nikki Haley, that's what she's doing. She's calling all of the South a bunch of racists, and it's not gonna end well for her. You pull that crap, and it's just gonna end poorly. Conversely, there are videos of lefties who have shown up at Trump rallies who were surprised to
Yep.
be welcomed in.
They did it at the one I went to. Nobody
Exactly.
cares. Come in and listen.
Yeah,
Come in and see the group of people that is there, because they won't go in there and go into the crowd with their cameras and stuff because they don't want to see the whole mix of people that are there to support him. Like
right.
there was so many people from different
Cultures,
backgrounds and yeah,
different
just everything.
different sexual persuasions,
Yes.
all kinds of stuff. And it's like they're there because it's a festival. It's a party. It's a
Yeah.
party in your mouth, and everybody's coming.
Oh, listen.
Oh, damn. No, but that's really what it is. It just ends up being this big get together. I've never been to one because I don't like large crowds. So you just won't find me at one of those. Like
I don't
yeah.
I'm not a people-y kind of person, but I could not go with it being so close. And
I found I can do okay at like certain get-togethers. Like I didn't have any problem at Universal. It was a little annoying, but I was able to like separate myself away from people. Like I don't like being like crammed into large crowds. Like I've performed on stage in front of like many thousands of people, and
I
it doesn't
agree,
bother me.
Ball.
But
I'm
being
there
in the
for
audience,
your talent, not that's what I paid for, not your
mhm.
political view.
Yeah, yeah,
I
same
don't
for
like
sports.
humans.
Well, and that's why everyone wants to turn those get-togethers into a political thing. That you'll see, some football game or some crap like that where they want to turn it all political. It's like, well, you saluted the American flag, or you're saying the Star Spangled Banner or the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, that's all political. It's like, no, that's American. It's not political. We should all have like this common ground that we agree on. Like, America is the greatest place in the world to live. Why? Because you fucking live there.
Yep.
It is the beacon. It is the shining star on the horizon that everybody wants to achieve. And the more you degrade it, then why do people want to still be here? You know, it's like Stephen King. If you don't fucking like it, take your ass to whatever fucking country you think is better. Serious. I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. If you think America is such a shit place and so horrible, and the people are just nothing but white trash and garbage and horrible, racist, misogynistic, whatever, then take your ass to a place that you think is fucking better.
Mm.
It's easy. You always pack your bags and go. Took the kids to the monster truck show last week, enough to make me hate crowds again for a month or so. There you go. That's fun. That's fun. I've one of my friends took his oldest to monster truck show. I was with him whenever he took his oldest to the to go see Ric Flair and a bunch of wrestlers. I think Sting was still doing stuff at the time. And they changed the name. It was Earthlink Live for a while. I can't remember what it's called anymore. But back in the day, whenever we went in there, they had the WW. I think it was still WWE. Yeah, it was still WWE.
Probably.
Wrestling. Oh, he had so much fun. I have never seen a kid just enjoy himself so much. I mean, I think he was 10 at the time, and he was just losing it. Actually, it was his ex-wife's first oldest, but he had sort of like taken him in as his own. But yeah, that was a blast. We had such a good time, and I'm not into the whole wrestling thing, but it was fun, and the energy there was really cool. And,
Right. Yeah. It's about the energy.
Right. And whenever that's sort of how I imagine that those little Trump rallies are, is just the energy, the fun. Everybody's there to have a good time. And if you're bringing in all this hate, it's no fun. And that's all those disruptors are. Yep. Dick the Bruiser, right? Yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about. Woman driver wrecked her truck in 1516. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with women drivers until they get behind the wheel.
That curb wasn't supposed to be there, Shizzy.
Oh man, my wife. Oh geez, in her old car, I don't know how she managed to do it, but she took out the whole front right fender, getting ready to pull into the car wash.
Nice.
It was the left front fender.
She's talented.
I was like, how did you do that? I mean, it had the yellow marks down the side of the fender. I was like, what were you doing? She goes, I was trying to get closer into the card reader. I was like,
I agree, Wolfie.
But you hit a pole. Qualis for everything.
I thought you guys like that. When we hit the pole. God.
Well, we do. we like it whenever you hit that pole. That's right, doll. It makes us very excited. It's all that hardwood, in there. That's what it is. The hardwood.
And you complain about it when we drive. I don't know.
Well, it's because you curb it a whole lot. It's I can't do it as well as he does. He's
nobody can.
Oh my God. And that just came so out of the blue. God, we had such a blast.
Oh, that was hilarious. That one is the first one. Oh.
Well, and last night was a really good one. I mean, it was a little shorter and sweeter, and there were some mistakes that sort of got overlooked. That's my fault. I agree.
It's gonna happen.
Overall, we ended up with a good story. Yeah. Well, we did end up with a good story at the very end. Gravely got arrested and thrown in jail. Did you hear the last part of it last night?
I didn't hear any of it. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Oh yes, you'll have to go back and watch it, and it's going to become members only at tonight. So
I can do that, David.
If you're not a member, just know that you're going to have to watch it soon, or else it will disappear. It will disappear and become members only. And what I'll do is at the end of the year, I'll probably release all of those out into the wild, so they won't be members only anymore. What do you got? Let's see. I like when my girls go out and wash the cars themselves. Yes, especially in bikinis. Just not in the winter in bikinis. That's a bad idea. Farrell, since you have nothing going on today, can you edit a video for me? Should only be about 2 hours.
I mean, if you're seriously asking, I have the time.
Oh my, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Well, this ends another glorious stream. It's hour 46 minutes. I'm trying to cut down on the time just a little bit so I can sort of get my workout in at the end
Right.
of this. One of the reasons for me getting up early is so I can do my workout and get. So I'm trying to drop a few pounds. It's like if I can drop a few pounds, then the seat might hold my fat ass in it a little bit longer. You know what I mean? But anyhow, with that, I will
It was fun.
say have a wonderful day, Farrell. And the rest of chat, you have a wonderful day also. I plan on doing another one tomorrow morning. And I'll probably do a stream tonight, which, if
Are
I
you-
think
oh,
I think the primaries are happening tonight, so I'll probably be streaming tonight.
it's tomorrow night. That's I was wondering, are you streaming
Oh,
that
yeah.
tomorrow night when the numbers come in?
Oh yeah, I'll be streaming it tomorrow night when the numbers come in. Tonight might just be an off night or a game night or something like that, or
Sure.
if somebody sent out an invite, I might show up. Just I don't know. It just depends. My brain is going to be
Right.
cooked.
Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens. I usually will set up those shows at the very last minute kind of thing, or if something is like catching my attention, or I'll just save it for tomorrow morning. You never know. I'll blow my load all in one day.
Ooh,